Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Turtle Club podcast. And I'm your host, as always, Dylan. And I'm here joined by Carl,
Hello.
Brandon,
Hello.
and Angel.
Good evening.
And since the last time we have had a podcast, there's been a lot of stuff revealed. So we're going to get with that and talk about it a bit. And then we're going to talk about the state of the meta and how it has been going recently. So that should be interesting for the second half. But for the first thing that they revealed, that's actually coming out as of the recording of this in a couple weeks, I believe, or is it next week?
It's let's see, legal for play. Oh, they don't put that in here anymore? Okay. I don't know. I think it's
definitely
2
before
weeks.
the next set, I believe, somewhere around there. But yeah,
Yeah, it is.
but it's like next week or two. It's the Goku Black Ultimate deck. It's a reboot of the old blue one, so the ramp one. So we got that to talk about, and then we got to talk about the other stuff. So we'll talk about that first with the Goku Black ramp deck. So anyone got any thoughts about that deck?
Anyway.
It seems haven't done a lot of testing on it, but I don't know. It seems like it could do some stuff if the strats are there. I know a lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers and stuff like that have their own list, but we figured out possibilities to get Tragedy out on like turn 3 maybe even. So it seems pretty strong.
There are
Yeah.
so many cards for that archetype. There's bound to be something that is just pretty crazy. So, apart from them potentially unbanning anything to support the deck sales, I mean, there's so many cards to explore, I'm sure. So many combos. So, I'm excited to see what it does.
Oh yeah. I don't foresee them unbanning that card though. That's probably
Oh,
too
yeah.
much.
I forget what it's called, but it ramps something. I don't know what the name
Yeah,
is.
it ramps on your opponent's turn itself. It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's 10k combo too, I
Yeah.
believe too.
It is, yeah. It's a very, very
Maybe
nice
if they hit
card.
some other crazy blue cards, maybe that could be allowed just to give the. I don't know. Maybe not.
They'd have to
I
get
never
rid
really
of
played with the
Tragedy.
card.
They have to get rid of Tragedy, and it comes in the starter deck, so I doubt it's. Or,
That
It's
ain't
like they want you
yeah.
to use it,
Yeah.
all the old
Yeah, they
stuff
want
too.
Plus, it's a nice level 3 judge promo, so they ain't doing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that too, yeah.
that looks so crazy.
Yeah.
Those,
I also
that's something to talk
saw-
about too. Those are insane.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're very, very nice looking. I also saw that there is a way, I guess you could, instead of playing Tragedy with the Zamasu, you just play the Goku Black that snipes 3 energy.
Oh yeah, the big 8-drop.
Yeah, and then you just
Yes,
lock
8.
red out of ever getting past 4.
Two
So
energy. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, any deck
can
getting
be
sniped with 3 energy is extremely powerful.
Yeah, and they can do it early with all the charges that they get and stuff like that. So
That was I think that was the card that's the reason they banned that old ramp card, because that was going to be so disgusting that there was no way that could be allowed. That's like the most uninteractable nonsense ever. Although I guess at the time you could Trunks counterplay it, that was still legal or had just come out. But I mean, everything reads solid. It's all like nothing is bad or like lame. It all does something, which is nice. There's no filler in there, which I mean, there definitely shouldn't be.
Yeah,
A lot of indestructible blockers.
Yeah, the big indestructible guys seem pretty strong. They all do
And
a lot
then
of
you
good
got your
stuff.
own in-archetype baby for when you get locked out of non-Goku Black cards.
Yeah, they gave it a counter.
I think it also like plays out infinite force, right? That's what it's called? The 7 cost?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the
yeah.
old set.
Yeah,
whatever
one of them
appears.
plays it on top of itself. I know that.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
That'd be a crazy mirror match. Isn't the new Trunks that we get from regionals, doesn't that card negate indestructible and remove a
It
card?
did.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
You know
So
what's
that would be kind
also
of nice
is
in the
good
mirror.
to side is Zeno. The promo.
Which promo?
Right, the one
Oh,
that
yeah,
takes
the
care
one
of
that wipes
gods,
indestructibles, yeah.
indestructibles, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they definitely made that card in knowing this card is going to be a thing.
Yeah, knowing this
was gonna
deck
be a thing.
might be a problem, so you can have a side deck.
Yeah.
Or they're probably testing out to see if indestructible is too much to deal with. I mean, which it will be for like anything but red.
Or blue, because now that Trunks, isn't it also a crit or something?
It is. It's big, but you have to have a 30k on board, or an 8
8
cost.
cost.
something like
It takes
that.
8
yeah.
cost.
Yeah, which is kind of tough. I think
That
it's
is,
30k
yeah.
original power or 8 cost or higher blue card.
Yeah, that is kind of hard. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Although with the new baby, which we'll talk about later, that's only 3 energy for a 35k double striker and then another 30k crit. to get rid of indestructible. That's
That removes
pretty good
any
for
card,
3.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably
Wow,
a
that's
good
solid.
combo. Yeah,
Yeah.
into the future. But yeah, not too much to say. I mean, everybody's pretty familiar. Goku Black's popular, and this is coming out soon.
Yeah, seems
Definitely
pretty
think
strong.
it's worth testing against, maybe, but I don't know if it's gonna be like on everyone's radar.
The thing is, like I was saying, there's just so many cards in the Goku Black Zamasu pool that could work with that. I mean, that'll
Yeah, a lot
probably
of
have a lot of different versions, and a lot of
growth,
testing will be
boss
needed.
monsters, a lot
Yeah.
of like ridiculous stuff that just burns life or
Burns energy.
like burns energy, ruins your hand. A lot of crazy crap like that.
They have Aegis stuff as I don't know if it's is it multicolor stuff. Any of the new cards I didn't really see, but
No,
Seems like they
no.
want you to use all mono blue, so
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's so at least we don't have to worry about Aegis probably then. That's good.
probably not.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, all the old ramp stuff also says you can't ramp for the turn, so it looks like you can't ramp multiple times a turn. So at least that's
Right.
at least
Like
that's the thing.
a Zeno lock thing on your own leader.
Yeah. So
Oh, here it is. It's this extra card that plays the Infinite Force.
yeah.
So you pay 5, and then you play an Infinite Force on your hand on top of a 5 cost.
Mm.
That's kind of pricey. I think because don't you evolve for 6?
Well, it'd be 6, right? 'Cause you have to pay 1 for the actual extra card too.
Yeah. So that makes even less sense. Oh no, it's Union Patara is the Infinite Force. That's right. So I guess that's better.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is a free 5 cost one, so that probably works too.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, seems cool. I guess we'll see how it does, if it's a real threat to the meta or not. But
Yeah, I
it
mean,
can
there's
do some
that. It
cool
comes out
stuff.
right when that regionals we go to in Atlanta is.
Yeah,
It's
so
That kind
happening.
of sucks. I mean, if any of us sit in front of Goku Black, we're all just gonna be like,
I guess I get
Okay,
rid of
We'll
it.
have no idea how to do it.
let me
but
read
I mean,
your
I
whole
mean,
deck, buddy.
we'll have a couple
Then
weeks to
again,
see at least, so we won't
That's
be...
true, but then again, will it matter compared to the deck that the decks that we might be taking and stuff? So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody else
Tragedy
will-
is a broken card, so
Yeah.
I don't
That
know.
is also
It seems like
Depending on
there
what
is
they're
ways to
doing with
get out
that.
turn 3 in this deck, which is nuts.
Yeah.
So if that comes
Although
out, I'm not sure what you
battle
do.
cards kind of get you out of that predicament a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Z cards
The
Only
are-
what?
play rush attacks. Only play Z battle cards.
But then they
Oh,
play
yeah,
all,
but they
then,
can't
but
beat
then they
it
play
by
all their
tragedy.
indestructible guys, and then what do you do?
Yeah, they're
what do you do
all
against
like
those?
3 cost or less, so you're fine. You dodge the tragedy effect.
Oh yeah, duh, that's right. Yeah.
But then you
kinda
can't. You,
neat.
then
I
you have like
mean-
no way to remove their indestructible guys, which is kind of a problem. So
If I'm playing Zamasu, I'm absolutely going to be citing Strivings. Then they can't attack me with rush attacks, and they can't play big
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a cheap barrier card in blue, not hard to commit to for that. So that could be
Only thing
scary.
they can swing at you is a 3 cost. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
yeah,
All right, you want to hit the Android 16?
yeah. So that should be everything for Goku Black. So now we'll talk about the cards that are coming out in the next sets. So the first thing that they revealed was the pre-release promos. So we got a green Android 16 leader, and then a Dr. Gero Z card to go with it. So this is seeming a lot like the 21 deck that we got last set, where I want you to play both Android and Scientist cards, which all 21 cards are. So, but it's a kind of like a worse version of it. I don't know. It's kind of seeming like what's
It's
the point of
different.
playing this over 21?
It's different. It's got stuff.
Green?
It's got a green leader. It's got you can combo all of your like energy exhaust and plus 110Ks with the activate battle, which is pretty cool. Like they're not stuck in your hand.
Yeah.
And then it's a green deck that has access to those busted floodgate, what's it called, full power counter. You can play the ramp 21 on your own turn for 2. That looks top 7 and like ramps a card, pops something. What other ones are there? There's another 4 cost that's stupid. Oh, the draw 2 double strike. So you get to play all the busted 21s, the secret rare, while also being green, so you can kind of take in dormants and stuff if you need that. Although I don't know, that seems kind of excessive with those floodgates. But the Z battle card is cool for ramping.
Yeah, it's basically the 2-drop 21, but for this deck. That's the exact same
Exactly,
thing,
yeah.
basically.
And it's safe from certain cards that shouldn't be allowed that just
Yeah,
came out.
Has Deflect and Barrier, which is nice.
Yeah. So this one guarantees your ramps, which is cool. It's just
I've been
it's nice.
I've been playing a lot of green on untap the past couple days for some reason. I don't know why I'm losing a lot of games, but it is cool. They knew like some guy made a cool discovery like that Vegeta card that you can discard to get back the Gogeta super combo. So basically, any green deck that can generate Z energy can potentially super combo 8 or more times per game if you're using 4 of that
Faded
Vegeta
Rivals.
and faded rivals. Yeah. So I mean, I'm playing it with Videl right now, so I'm drawing my whole deck, so it's kind of more consistent. But maybe it's useful in a deck like this. Having multiple super combos. That's cool for any green deck. So it has potential just because of that. I'd say right now.
That is pretty neat. Yeah, that interaction that's still allowed right now. Hopefully they leave it. They might not. They like to hit the green stuff right when they notice it's working.
It's so ridiculous. I was thinking that, Angel, like how they did the Gogeta. If they do it again with the super combo,
but the Master Roshi card, there wasn't even topping. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just like they just hear it through the grapevine. They're like, this could be broken. It's gone. But there's that, and there's also the new cooler champ pack card that is busted. If you have a green leader, that's probably going to be super stupid in here also. So you can like run that in the Deity's Wrath Zamasu. So this could be a pretty good hand rip deck too, because Android's already got plenty of that with the actual 16s that you could probably play in here.
A big problem I can see with this deck though is going to be like energy, because you only negate energy exhaust on the unawakened side. And it seems like you want to awaken turn 2, so after turn 2, charging seems like it's going to be a real big problem, because all the cards that negate energy exhaust require a blue leader.
They do, or 21 leader.
Right, yeah. I'm assuming you're not going to charge too much blue-green. You don't got to charge too much blue-green, though.
But you are playing a lot of blue-green, though, is the problem.
But the leader removes the specified blue, off at least one off of it, so... You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know, but just charging in general is going to be...
I think it'll be fine. As long as you charge 1 or 2, you should be fine.
Is Protector of Wildlife just completely power crept at this point, or does it make a return?
I don't think you... Well, actually, you might.
16,
you could use it.
I don't think you need it, right? I mean...
No, because you can... They're all the other... Oh,
well, I guess it's only for 16 and 21s, right? So,
is there a 16 that ignores energy exhaust for 16, or is that just because of the old leader?
I think they might also blue 16 later.
Yeah.
I looked today for blue, green, Splash, and Videl, and I think they all say 21 or blue Android leader.
Yeah, so
16s. Yeah.
They're kind of just dead in hand in a lot of non-blue decks.
Well, they're not dead in hand because you can activate battle combo any of them.
Well, yeah, not in this one, but any other decks.
But anyway, blue green decks usually don't need more than like 2, maybe 3 blue greens, so maybe this one's different. I don't know, because it's green leader. Maybe you require more blues. I don't know. Senzu Bean's a card still defensively for blue green decks. So
I'm assuming that would be the only mono blue card you play is probably Senzu Bean. Everything else is either going to be a multi or a mono green.
Yeah, luckily multis aren't dead in your hand in this deck though, since you can just free combo them infinitely.
Focused Breakthrough is a little comeback. That card's really nice.
Oh, that was busted. That's true. Yeah, that's free. That's good in there.
It's kind of funny that they stopped the 21 Bad Omen play in this green deck. Since after you do the activate main with the Jiro, it just says you can't play cards from your deck.
You can. No, you can. It adds it to your hand and plays it.
Oh, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking it played from the deck.
What does that stop then?
I actually don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I actually don't know if there's something.
Yeah, I was thinking it was just for that.
Cell. I bet there's something in the new Cell deck coming out that they haven't shown yet.
Possibly.
It comes out of your deck. Yeah, just shits itself out.
It's worth noting you can play the new AIDS 21 SCR in this deck.
For 6, yeah.
What?
What?
Is it only reduced by...
By 2. The leader reduces them by 2.
But isn't it a 4 cost in your hand?
It's a 4 cost, yeah. The SCR.
Oh, you mean the SCR? Okay, sorry. I thought you meant the 8 drop for some reason.
Oh. No. Yeah, that SCR is crazy. And actually, I don't know if it'll benefit you to play the Arrival 16, the big one, but, I mean, just a nice activate battle speed board wipe.
Heal 2, potentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so
pretty solid.
I think any leader that can have 10 life is probably going to be okay, at least. So,
oh, yeah.
So this should be decent.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing. It seems cool.
We can hop on to the next one, I think, the SSBs.
Yeah, so we'll go on to the actual cards in the main set. So the first deck that they revealed was the the Resurrection F Super Saiyan Blues deck. So seems like there's not really an awaken in this deck. You kind of one of those decks that one of those leaders that flips over and over again. So kind of has like an interesting way to play. It seems like you skip your charge phase, but you're able to untap through other means during the main phase. So it's kind of like skipping your opponent's turn, but not really. It has some interesting stuff in there.
Turn skip is a flavor thing. It's really just making your turn, basically giving a bunch of your guys dual attacks and other such nonsense like that. Getting rid of floodgate effects, though, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice. That's definitely nice.
I played against it once on Untap, and the most shocking thing was this guy played a crit Vegeta for 1 energy that draws a card while I had 1 energy. And I'm like, dude, there's no way this is real. But that's pretty. I mean, a crit 15k for 1 that draws, that's pretty solid. You know, on turn 1.
I think Goku's a dual attack 15k for 1 that draws a card, which is stupid. Yep. And all you have to do. The cool part is they all say choose one of your Vegeta or Goku cards, so you can just pick the leader. That won't untap next turn, quote unquote, and then just flip over. It's a new card now, so it's not pinned down, so it doesn't even matter. It's actually just
true.
Yeah. So that's
can't you just keep choosing the same card over and over again? So
yes, yep. Yeah, so you just pick it and then play another one, pick it, play another one, flip over, play the Gokus if you're on Vegeta's side. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, seems like it's a potential.
It's got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, yellow. So there's a bunch of generic tools. If they survive through the ban list, that'll be good in there. And also, unfortunately, these are a bunch of good generic tools for Trunks Vegeta and Majin Vegeta, old leaders, since they can also work with that.
Yeah,
you can just pick your Majin Vegeta that's stuck there and play the dual attack Gokus for 1, draw cards.
You EX evolve with if you choose the 1 drop and then you EX evolve on top of it, does it stop the actually it just untaps, right? Because when they come and evolve they untap.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So you can just for the 2 costs SP Goku and Vegeta, you just choose the 1 drop Vegeta and then it's so good. And then just EX evolve. Yep.
And then there's life take. There's a guy that takes a life, gains 5k in either dual attack or double strike for 1.
That's pretty nice, yeah. Yeah, for any yellow deck too, so.
Exactly. So I mean that's a Mecha Frieza, a Golden Frieza tool. You have to have a Goku or Vegeta out to play it, but that's probably pretty easy.
That should be good in Majin Vegeta or Trunks Vegeta.
For sure.
It's a good tool.
And then the guys that are basically over realms that sack 2 of your energy to come out for free.
Yeah, some nice push to try and win.
Yeah. I don't know how often or how many you would run in anything, but plus I think it has to be you have to have the Whis Z battle out for those actually. So, but that's good for the deck.
Seems like there's not too much draw power. Seems like most of it's life take. Some of them draw, yeah, but seems like you don't draw too much.
Did you draw 2 cards a turn with leader? Unawakened and then awakened?
I don't believe. I think they both say they have to be in a battle, or the Goku has to draw and the Vegeta has to be in a battle.
I wonder if the activate battle is going to count as being in a battle, or used in a battle, quote unquote. I've been trolling the judge group, checking it out a little bit in there to see what people are saying. They're saying that as long as you swing at it or it's swung at, then you have to flip. But nothing yet on whether the activate battle is going to count as being used in a battle. If so, that's pretty busted. That's a lot of draw.
Yeah, it's draw 2 a turn. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, like Trunks Vegeta and Golden Frieza, and Majin Vegeta. If you've got the
seems like we're seeing a lot of the more powerful new decks basically drawing 2 cards a turn, 21 on the front side. Yep. Majin Vegeta effectively draws 2 with that Goku. This card, Trunks Vegeta. Yeah. So,
I think to play with a slower deck, you have to draw 2 a turn. Otherwise, you're going to get clapped up by all the faster ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Goku Z card, the Whis plays is pretty strong too.
Yeah, that one is nice. The one that comes out from the Z stack.
Yeah, it becomes big, pops multiple things, crit.
A lot of aggressive stuff. Plus, you can play it out for. I think if you play the Bulma, it costs 1, right? That's all.
Yeah. So technically, it costs 2 with Bulma, but
because it makes it the Bulma out. Pretty nice.
So they can do some cool stuff.
Yeah, it might be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. And then it has an archetype shared card with the next deck that seems pretty busted. The
Yes.
Spirit Clash, the Goku Frieza. That card seems crazy.
Oh yeah. Once
Especially
again,
in
pretty
Golden
generic too, so
Frieza.
you can use it in any
Dude,
yellow deck that
for
has
Golden
Saiyans or Frieza's
Frieza,
armies.
pay 2, play out a 20k that taps something, ignoring barrier. Oh no, kills something in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and draws a card. Swing 20. You can sack it, play another 2 cost with its skills negated, swing with that, and then sack it with Golden Frieza for the actual untap and draw,
Yeah,
which is pretty nice.
pretty rare. It's
Also
pretty
2
nice.
energy.
Yeah,
We should
this deck seems to have some cool stuff in it, so guess we'll just see how
promise.
it pans out going into the future.
Good stuff to pick up in general, anyway, for older yellow decks, assuming they all survive.
Yeah, it's a lot of just yellow Saiyan support, so it's always good. Put in any yellow deck that uses those. All right, we'll just move on to the next yellow deck they showed, which is the yellow Frieza deck. So it seems to be a deck around the swap mechanic, so they're bringing that back again. Seems pretty strong from what I've read. Does a lot of good stuff. A lot of generically good stuff in it. Free counter. Reduces your swaps to make them cheaper. Multiple swap targets that can work in different ways. Seems pretty nice. It even has a built-in what's the Goku's lineage card called? The
Successor of Hope.
Yeah, built-in successor of hope. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that also beans your leader at 4 life or less if you need that instead, which is
We've seen
pretty
that
nice.
one. We've seen that recently. That got banned pretty freaking quick.
Yeah, but this is I tried it out and it is really good, but it isn't as crazy as it reads. Like it's consistent, but it doesn't actually generate as much pressure as you would hope for a deck that wants you to tap this much energy. It's like going into the Z leader and then going up a chain is actually just as almost as expensive as going up it without the Z leader. It's like if it took off 2 specified yellow, or something like that, so you could swap from the 3 to the 5 for free, then this would probably be tier 1. But as it is, I think it's going to be like at the bottom end of tier 1, tier 1.5.
Definitely not
tier 2.
top 3 yellow decks.
No, yeah, it's not. It doesn't beat the old stuff at where it's at right now. If that Z leader said remove 2 specified yellow and 1 colorless, then it would be busted for the free swaps. But the Cold Bloodlust, I guess it's not Cold Bloodlust. It's more like the Sin effect, the Sin Champ Pack effect. One of them has to negate something skills when it comes out. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
One has a Divine Presence effect. Some good stuff for Golden Frieza.
The Sword Basic cards, they can just rest anything.
Yeah, they're kind of like what's it called? Like a giant ball, but they're more like that. The Borgos. That's what I'm trying to think of. Counterplay.
Yeah. Rest of 7 or less.
Tied into your Z leader. Yep, exactly. Which is pretty nice. The leader's super consistent. It does draw 2 basically. So with the top 5 search and then the Awaken and the swaps, you don't neg in hand very much. Everything goes neutral or positive. So a lot of good stuff. Board wipe in yellow with the 8 cost, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Just what yellow needed.
Yeah, exactly. It is locked to this at least, so it's at least not like most yellow stuff or yellow or blue stuff where they just let you use it in anything, and then you end up with these abomination decks like Trunks Jita that barely uses any of its own stuff. You know what I mean? Just like the engine, and then the rest is generic tools.
Those are always
This
the
one
best
is-
decks. 10
those
to
are
20
always-
card engines, and then 30 just tech cards that wreck
Yeah.
the meta.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, I mean, that's fun to play. I like to play that, but
I would say it's better than to archetype dominated stuff.
exactly. But this is a good archetype. This one needs so much archetype stuff to work. It's not going to be super busted. It is good though, solid.
Yeah, seems very
You
solid.
guys realize that Bandai almost realized they put too much into the OP Golden Frieza leader? Now they just give Frieza a bunch of gimmicky decks, like any yellow Frieza. Like they had the Life Flip one, they had Shenron, they had Wish Frieza.
Yeah.
Now they have this one. So I mean, it seems cool. I love Swap. I love.
And don't
Goku's
forget
lineage, but-
they did change swap in the rulebook, by the way, so you have to have a valid target to activate it. But when you activate it, you don't have to play the card that you showed. You can play anything in your hand as long as it's a valid target or nothing. But in order to swap a card back into your hand for nothing, you still have to show a valid target. So that's a little nerf to swap.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much all I got on it.
Yeah, seems pretty strong. Can't wait to play it. So
Yellow is likely to be among, if not the top contender after presumed ban list. So maybe it'll be better once we, in hindsight, once we look back, probably it'll
Yeah, after
become.
bans, it could be
Yeah.
crazy.
definitely. All right, we can move on to the next color then, which is the red decks. So first they showed off Garlic Jr., who's bringing back the wish mechanic, the actual wish mechanic. So need 7 Dragon Balls to wish, and then you get the activate main to free play a desire, free play a guy, or do the activate battle to save yourself once a game. It's seems like decently strong. It has a lot of guys you can play out for pretty cheap. You can give them indestructible with the extra card, which is pretty nuts. They all kill stuff on play or something, so you can recycle the extra card that gives them indestructible too. So it seems like it has a lot of strong tools in it. Yeah, it seems pretty good. What do you guys think?
I'm impressed.
Angel knows the cards. I haven't really, other than the SCR, I have no opinions really.
The Z stack is actually probably one of the better Z stacks they've shown. The top end, and like you get multiple swings. The big, 35k double strike crit, indestructible swing that negs something 30 on swing. That's pretty scary. The desire is pretty cool. To draw one if you activate your leader skill, so you don't miss out on your draw one when you activate this card. So it draws another one and then gives a Garlic Jr. indestructible, which most of the Garlic Juniors have a permanent that says if this card has indestructible, gains power, does this, does that. And the most impressive one, though, is the boss monster, the generic red guy. Pay 2. If your leader's red and you have 4 more energy, play from your hand. This is all in the activate main. Choose all battle cards other than this card, and they get minus 15. And it's a dual attacker 30k. And on top of it, if it has indestructible, just a permanent that gives all of your opponent's battle cards and unison minus 10k power. So that gets around barrier. That wipes any 10k or less unison automatically because it can't survive the infinite marker rips. Some pretty nice stuff going into certain matchups. Good matchup into Golden Frieza for that reason. See, it's got a bunch of like 1-cost battle card swings, which as we've seen with the newer decks is good. Free guys out from decks, so free Z energy. It adds the balls pretty easily. I think it's like add 2 balls bottom deck a card from the 1 costs?
Yes it is.
Yeah,
so that's pretty good. So you can like place dead guys in your hand that you want to play out later. Back on the bottom of your deck, add 2 balls, draw 2 cards.
And they all have keywords too.
It just seems, the 4 costs have good keywords.
Yeah.
So it all reads solid to me, and there should be a decent amount of room in the deck if you don't run a couple of these cards. So I think it's going to be good. It seems it's going to run smooth for sure, which is consistency is always important. That's my thoughts.
Can you only give indestructible with the extra card?
Yeah, but it's not limit ones. You can keep doing it, but you can only.
Yeah, I'm wondering why you would.
You can only free.
Why would you give it to the 4 costs? Would you ever do that? Like the 2 sword, 1 sword guys? Would you ever?
No, it gives it to a Garlic Jr.
Oh, well then how? Oh, I gotcha.
The other guys just have it if you have.
If you have a Garlic Jr. with indestructible, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So that's pretty good then. Yeah, and they're just 1 cost, 20k crit or 20k double strike.
Yeah, your leader can free play them too, which is nice.
Yeah, without the keywords though. They'll just be a 15k. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I like that.
That's probably more fair. 20k double striker, 20k crit for free. Might be a little too good.
Yeah, but you miss out on the end. Well, I guess not really. You just activate it for 1.
Yeah.
All right, we can. Anyone? You guys have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, just the secret word for it. I mean, that's just kind of cracked. That thing is very dumb. There's already outcries for it and stuff like that we've seen posts about. So it was made for the deck, but obviously very generic. It can be played in just about anything.
I think I mean if you run that secret rare, you just tech in that 6-cost red Broly into every red deck, right?
I saw that's why that was going up, huh? The ones of that have the fest stamps.
Yeah,
Because you just
yeah.
ripped 3 and it's a crit
Double strike 30 crit 35k? Yeah, 35k
35K.
double strike crit.
I haven't looked at any of the other cards. Obviously, Gogeta 8, of course, but that card's as good as gone. Is there, other than the Broly, is there any other crazy stuff that you guys
People were
have seen?
saying that Jiren, that doesn't I wasn't feeling that one. Ultra Mastery doesn't have the board wipe, but it's a dual attack double strike that rips a card if you're set up. I think most that Broly is the real one, or dual attack triple strike Gogeta if you want that.
Wait,
That's
I know it free plays the card. Does it give it any like triple strike or anything, or triple attack or something like that?
No, it just
Well,
plays
you can give a guy triple attack instead.
and 10k power.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That's already
10k
being
power.
board.
Exactly, which with these indestructible guys, easy to keep a guy, right? So you're looking at, if you get the Garlic Jr. Z battle card out, the final form, pay 3 for your secret, give that indestructible, play. That's 35 double strike crit, triple attack, 45 triple attack double strike crit, which is
Every time it swings, it nicks by 30k doing barrier.
yeah, that's pretty scary. that's,
Yeah.
or if
pretty
you're all
nice.
set up and got a bunch of battle cards, just neg your opponent's whole board, including leader 15.
Oh, yeah,
All fair
that's-
stuff.
Yeah, in that deck it should be pretty nuts.
So fair.
Yeah, Garlic Jr. seems pretty strong.
I think it's
Do
solid.
you guys want to talk about that SCR's implication and other red decks that rhyme with win?
Oh, Sin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or no? We
Yeah.
don't do that.
I mean,
I mean, it's just it would be the generic secret of choice for that deck. I mean, you don't have to bounce between Vegeta, Unbridled, and Radiant Saiyans, and Million or whatever. Now it's just this.
it's. I guess you could still go Vegeta, but this is definitely. I mean,
It's just 1 energy cheaper, so
it's 1 energy cheaper, and like you set up a board for nothing. If you just free play with Z lead,
But that's so dumb.
you
You can just do that.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah.
So
Triple attack, triple
that's-
strike.
it's one of the best
That's
red
it,
decks.
dude.
So obviously, the new best red
45K?
secret red.
Yeah. How about
You're
how
gonna
about
have to put it in there.
45? How about a 45k triple attack triple strike on turn 3?
Sick. Yeah, thanks.
Dumb.
You have to get to 3
So
life.
dumb. Dude, it's.
possible.
I mean, it's.
Yeah,
it's
we're seeing it. They have the TP and they're running Saiyan Kava now, so
Yep.
we're getting there.
Yep.
It's getting crazier and crazier.
All right, let's hit the next red deck.
The next red deck is a red Goku deck. It's like a power pole center deck. So it has some Goku and Piccolo cards from the Garlic Jr. movie. Seems pretty decent. Does some cool stuff. The leader doesn't really do that much, really.
Yeah, that's
He
the
has like
biggest
almost
problem.
no text, which is kind of weird. And then the rest of the cards, they seem alright. It's definitely not as good as the Garlic Jr. deck like, at all. But it can do some cool stuff. The 8-drop's really cool for like any red deck.
Yeah, for
beating
Pan,
the
I think
leader.
that's a super nice card.
Yeah.
It's like a cheaper 1 energy cheaper SS4 Gogeta multicolor.
Yeah, it's a 5k combo too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's less cloggy, it's cheaper. It
It's dual attack also.
dual attack double strike crit in this deck with the power pole if you've got your Z battle cards out.
Oh yeah, true.
Which
true.
that's the worst part. They should just have barrier. I mean,
They
you can
gain
kill
barrier
shit
power
more.
pool.
No, they gain
Oh, I know.
like
that's what you're
the
saying. You
Goku
want them
gains
to-
barrier for the turn. They should have barrier or something because it's like I don't know. This seems like just slightly watered down for no reason. The 5 costs and the 8 costs are nice though, and the 3 costs, all the guys that play out for 1 that you put the power poles under, they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
One's basically a dual attack 25k crit that draws cards and KOs cards. Plus, it has a cool effect that if it gets KO'd, you draw 1 and kill one of your opponent's cards, which should probably be on more cards into the future.
Mhm.
If we're putting removal into every archetype and every color, we might as well, make them think twice about popping your stuff at least. So that kind of bodes well for the future. I like it though. It's like the deck has good art and it's interesting. It's got some good synergy with old stuff,
Yeah.
like the Super Saiyan deck.
Yeah, it could be
The
good.
trio
3
one?
dudes. Yeah, the trio, and the trio 4 cost works well with the power pole.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff.
Seems like it could be decent.
Seems neat. It just feels like there's always going to be the worst red deck in the set, and it just feels like this is it.
It is this one, yeah, for sure. And it's got a lot of the stuff turns on turn 4, which is dumb for for something like. I guess they're really afraid of crit. I feel like that's why they put it behind. They make everything like a turn later, and they put it behind like that wall saying that you have to have a Z battle card out. I don't know.
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
Sucks. Yeah, it kind of sucks they forced you to have the Z card, which the Z card doesn't really seem that great. So
It's okay. If it's for 1 energy, so that's cool. But
yeah, the actual Goku you play is kind of
yeah, it seems consistent
You
though.
can add the power pullback, but that's really the only redeeming quality, I would say.
You've got a free Piccolo, 15k. That's cool. That's something.
There's no other red Piccolo or Gohan Z cards you can play with this, or this is the only ones we have. Right now?
There's some U7 ones, but I don't think they do anything in here. I would have to read them again. I kind of skipped over that deck last set. Wasn't interested.
Why does the A-drop Son Gohan play on your opponent's battle area? And then do they get the auto?
Well,
It goes under their
it's-
leader, and then it plays onto your battle area when you play the Goku Piccolo.
Yeah, so it's a free 30k that.
Oh,
kills
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so they have the auto underneath their leader.
Yes, exactly. So it's just a flavor thing that he's kidnapped, and you
It's
get him
cool
back
that-
when you get the Goku Piccolo out.
It's cool that it does ignore barrier minus something by 35k.
Yeah, and he plays for
Yeah.
free too, which is nice.
So yeah, I mean it's a big threat.
It is a big 2 energy play on turn 4. Maybe that's why it's balanced that way.
Yeah,
For
the
two energy, you
good
get
by itself too. So
Yeah, being your leader. It might be actually better than I'm giving it credit for. I'm interested in playing this. This is like I started picking up some red stuff in anticipation for this.
yeah, seems cool.
Because I love this like era of Dragon Ball, the early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very very cool.
Let's hit
Alright.
the next.
So we already talked about the secret rare a bit, so we'll just skip over to the blue card decks that they've shown now. So the first one they showed was another blue baby deck. I was not expecting them to be blue again, but blue baby is here, and it seems like it's another one of the decks that can poop out a lot of guys and swing a bunch. So it does some cool stuff. Looks like it can draw and cycle a bit too. Has a lot of good tools in there. The 8-drop combined with the field card is pretty crazy, playing a lot of servant guys out in one turn.
Yeah.
Seems like
Yeah,
a
3
lot.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. But so it seems pretty cool though. At first when they first showed the leader, I was like really worried. I was like, dang, this kind of looks stinky.
Yeah, it
And
does
they
look really
showed
bad.
the rest of the stuff. Is like, okay, now I can see what they're doing here.
The Z leader is very unimpressive. Like I don't even know if you would run it. What is it? You know what I mean?
I mean, just to be 20k at least, right?
I guess so, right? I guess a one of just in case. And also Z lead turns on a bunch of generic like stuff, so I guess that's true.
I mean, it untaps one, which is nice. So that's something.
Yeah, it's just I think it loses the removal and I don't know. The rest is good though. I was impressed by the next few days. The first day with the leader and all that was pretty bad, and even the second day wasn't impressive, but once they showed the 4-cost babies that come out for one, then you were cooking. The guy that the generic blue unison remover is very good in the deck with the other effect. If your leader if you have a blue Z battle card in play, you play it out and then it basically draws 2, it puts two brainwash guys underneath your field, and then with leader play out one of them, or sorry, with the field card you play out one of them, which is pretty cool. Then you've got the anti-Saiyan murder weapon, which gives the guy's servant, also plays out a guy, blocker revenge. And then the dumbest card though is definitely the 8 cost, which like Carl was saying, even though you don't get 3 free guys in other decks, a deflect double strike 35k for 2.
It's already pretty good, yeah.
That's pretty good. You just have to make room for a blue Vegeta GT, and there's some pay one draw ones, so
Well, I mean
a little package you can run.
the
6
super combo,
cost.
the super combo is Vegeta GT, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, the bottom deck draw 2. Yeah, so that even that's easy enough.
So you just use that.
So after that, you can just start dropping a 35k deflect double striker in blue. Pretty gross.
Even without the free plays, I mean, that's paid. That's not getting counterplayed by anything. That's arguably on par with the Piccolo card, just because it's 35k, which is it requires more from your opponent than
Yep.
dual attack Piccolo most times. I mean, obviously they're both amazing, but Piccolo is probably more versatile because you could pay one, or turn one, play Pan for one. Obviously, that's a nice part about it. But I don't know,
Yeah.
it's a nice generic tool for blue.
For sure.
So
It's huge, and also the synergy you talked about with the Champak Trunks card. So maybe
Oh,
now
yeah,
it's a
that
little
was
bit more viable. For 3 energy,
Oh,
you
yeah,
get
8
two
cost.
30Ks. Yeah, ignore indestructible. It negates skills too, right after, or just ignores indestructible.
no, it doesn't negate skills. Sorry, it just ignores the indestructible.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So it's not barrier removal, but it's sort of barrier removal.
Mhm.
Pop a guy, a 30K crit, and a 35K double striker for 3 energy in blue is
The green indestructible monster has always been annoying as a blue player, so it's cool that there's outs to that now. They don't just sit on board and torture you for 5 turns in a row.
Yeah.
that's
So we're
that's
continuing. We're continuing to see more of them cycling out the unison stuff with the blue baby, because it's pretty just
Yeah,
a
that's-
generic blue card that kills
that's
anything 2 or less.
it's very unnecessary. The unisons already always kind of they were good, like you had to run them because they turned your stuff on, but they're so easy to get rid of. 2-cost unisons and 1-cost unisons, like they suck.
Oh, yeah.
They've
And you wanna
always
swing at
sucked.
them, too, which
You
is-
see them, yeah, exactly. Your opponent doesn't get a defense step. You just get to like generate value. Unisons just were already shitty in a sense. Some of them were busted, but
And just
Blue unisons.
naturally, the way they are, the way they can't be defended. I know what you mean, Angel. It's like they were already bad. So now you know what sucks too. So 1 and 2 cost unisons get annihilated, right? Melted. But then if you pay 3 for a unison and it dies,
that's crippling.
that's
Yeah,
very
Yeah,
bad
it feels bad,
also
yeah.
because then you invested 3 for nothing. So yeah, unisons definitely need some help right now.
yeah. I'm glad that they're at least letting you keep your 3-cost ones. That's
Oh yeah.
yeah. Other than the Gohan for green, but green.
And isn't there another card that said if your opponent, if a unison 3 or less? Oh, it's a new green card from the last set, but
Yeah,
they
it's
can
the
also
green
just not
GT
do that
Goku,
if it's one. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of Green's
Yeah,
thing.
they
Is
need
just
some help.
killing unisons easier. So
I think it's just
Yeah, let them
removal,
have
removal in general, so they can remove the unison as well. That's fine.
yeah.
But putting it this like not even checking for markers, so like you're developing something for multiple turns. You're running 4 dead cards in your deck against stuff like this. So I don't know. That should have probably been leader locked. That second skill.
Yeah, because it's just pay 1, discard 1, kill any unison you
Yeah.
want 2 or less.
Well, it's
Yeah.
only when a card in the battle area is placed at the bottom of a deck, so you have to trigger it basically.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess that takes some setup. Although most blue removal is bottom decking it, so
That's true. You just
Yeah, you just-
Beerus
you just
ball
Beerus
something,
destroys,
and then you already have Beerus destroy me. Yeah.
it's a couple ways.
It's not too hard.
Yeah,
All right.
good deck though.
Uh,
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Move on to the latest deck they've shown. So I think they've shown all the cards as of recording this. There should be
Today was the last.
of the Majub cards. So Blue Majub, his first ever leader appearance in the game. So seems doesn't really. It's kind of like a cool mechanic where once you have your opponent's stack as the energy to get your effects off, and it's kind of hand rip, but you're also making them draw cards.
It's kind of. I feel like you're trying to mill your opponent by making them draw on Z charge. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't
They
know.
revealed the 8-drop today. I was expecting it to
Yeah,
do something crazy with like a
awesome
bunch of Z
monster.
energy or something, but it kind of just doesn't do much.
Really, all you do is you union absorb into it with the 2-cost guy,
Yeah.
and then so you get like a swing with a 20K, and then you union absorb into the 30K double striker, and then your Z leader can untap the 30K double striker. And it's just, I mean, the 8-cost is just a shitty gamma cell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm like reading the leader,
Yeah.
and it's like you draw another one.
If they don't combo.
They don't combo.
Yeah.
But the whole point is of the Zenkai stuff is more comboing. So it's
Right,
like if
well,
you're not
it's,
doing that purpose, and you draw.
Yeah, I mean, your opponent's going to combo out of every leader swing to not give you a draw, which I guess is You want so they have more Z energy, and then you neg them a card too. I guess
Mm-hmm.
it's weird.
Dude, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess if your opponent has 10 or more Z energy, you just constantly get 10k. You do constantly a 30k double
Yeah,
strike.
being a 30k leader is kind of nice. Both turns
Yeah.
too, so you can defend from a swing with an activate battle. But of course, they can just pay to have less than 10 Z energy.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't read all the cards, but if I saw that it kind of makes your opponent put cards from their hand into their Z, so that could be a blue deck that's good into blue mirrors. I mean, keeping their hand size really low, but giving them Z energy. I mean, I don't know.
Only a few make them charge one without drawing to replace it, though, which kind of stinks.
Yeah. I mean, it has to
It's
negate
kind of
that.
like
It has to negate that draws, which is pretty nice.
that's nice. Yeah, the super combo negate; those are always good.
Yeah.
It's limit one though, but that's
Can't
still
you
nice.
also play the old World Tournament card, the Shocking Latent Ability or whatever? Doesn't it say if it's a noob card, it gives like 10k and something else?
That doesn't mean
It's
as
not
much as
worth
it
it?
used to. No, not
Yeah.
back. I mean, not anymore.
Goku Oob's probably good in this deck, right? Since it searches at 15k dual
For
attack.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
the top 5 dual attackers definitely intended for this because it
Yeah.
adds half your deck.
Yeah, any Earthling card, yeah.
And I think you want your Mr. Boo's in the deck for the Union Absorb. I think the Union Absorb is out of your deck. If I read one of these
I
right.
think the Hercule does it.
Place up to one Mr. Boo from your drop. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Hercule is the one I was thinking of. And then there's that weird counterplay that draws 2 cards.
Yeah, I guess it's just for Broly Crown. That's really it, I guess.
I guess to dodge Broly Crown if you're leading Tube.
I mean, I guess
And then
paying
it-
2, drawing 2 isn't the worst thing
What?
ever.
Why is it limit 1 on the auto? Though?
Pay for 3 Hercules in one turn? Come
Are
on.
you? Are you gonna do that?
I guess.
There's a free blocker that comes out if one of your oobs dies.
Yeah, that's neat.
I don't know. This is definitely the worst one they've shown.
Yeah,
Nah.
I like Oob, and it feels bad.
Of the, I mean, yeah, like that's. And then the one that I was impressed by was the one that gives leader neg 5k, but I think it does it on their turn. If it's your turn and this card is under a leader, the leader on top of this card gets 500 power, but it's a permanent on a card under your opponent's leader. So I think that applies to your opponent on their turn because that's their card that they're controlling, I think.
Yeah, we're not sure on that, so we'll have to check to
Yeah.
make sure. But if it's on...
Once they rule, if it's on your own turn, if it's on the person who's playing Oob's turn that the leader's neg 5, that's pretty nice.
yeah,
To just like
that's-
unbean your opponent's leader, that's pretty nice.
Mhm.
If it's on their turn, that sucks ass.
yeah, that's so bad if it is, but I think it is intended to be on your turn.
I sure hope
So
so.
I hope
Otherwise, this deck is not. This has like 2 cards that do stuff. The Z leader and the 8 cost.
Yeah, so hopefully they fix that. So
Poor guy.
Dude, all I know is
Monday,
Mr.
years-
Boo in Disguise is my favorite card of the set.
That's so
That is-
funny looking.
That is a good one.
Handsome Boo.
he is in disguise.
If your leader is blue, your opponent's. That's pretty good. That's good for the deck. Just a cantrip and also force another Z charge.
Yeah, the blocker counterplay is nice. It's only when you're Z awakened though, which is kind of sucks. So
The pan.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's basically
that one is nice. It's like
kind of like a Gohan.
like a
with
Vegeta the
blue.
Cruel. It's like a Vegeta the Cruel, right?
Well, it's a blocker and kill something. It's kind of like Gohan for one.
True.
But
The Z battles suck.
Mr.
Because if
Brew,
it
when I
gets-
remember, yeah, he does kind of
Yeah,
suck.
because it plays the oob on top of itself. So if you play this into red, you're a blue deck with a bad matchup into red. That's funny.
Then you have no good matchups.
They set you stuff up for success, dude. That's what they did. They set you up.
Oh man,
Yeah, the
It's
blue
brutal.
Oob Z card does like nothing. Just
I
combos
bet
for
we're
free,
missing
but-
something. There's probably something crazy.
I mean, Golden
It-
Cooler would go hard in this deck, I guess, but that's really it.
Maybe.
I mean, they're gonna have a shit ton of Z energy.
Yeah,
So
like 18 Z energy.
It's a lot of swings.
That's
Yeah.
never you're never swinging with that golden Frieza like that. There's always some or the
but-
golden cooler. There's always something to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
yellow
that-
time magic
Never,
sits. Red KVIPs it's. Green somehow pops it. I don't know.
Blue green, yeah, they pop it with the floodgate. Gamma
Yeah.
pops it. I guess it kills Red Sin. I mean, okay, that's something.
I mean, it gets in
But
three.
how
I mean,
you-
it gets in three
you
cards in
get
hand,
to-
so that's always just worth
if you
it by itself and
get
wipes
to
one.
turn 5.
5 in
Yeah,
hand.
get them to 5 cards.
Or 5
But
in
you have to
hand,
get the you gotta pay 5 for that card. So I mean,
Yeah,
the decks
which
that
is brutal.
it can hurt, you gotta get there, which you probably already won if you got there. So who knows?
Luckily, you're blue, so.
Yeah, I was trying it in the Golden Frieza list, and I think I'm
so
just
good.
gonna.
Man.
Yeah, it's super nice. I think I might just go back to Piccolo Gohan.
I don't know. It's so nice.
It
Pay
kept
3
not.
effectively.
I was playing it against SS4 and Sin, and they just remove all my unisons too fast. I can't keep a board, so I can't like reliably do it turn 5, and turn 6 I'm pretty much dead. It's like,
Yeah, it's really hard to survive against Red Sin with the Golden Frieza. It's easily like just so hard. But
have you tried SS4 too? That's fucking brutal.
I haven't tried into SS4. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's also rough.
It was rough.
Yeah, I bet.
I was also playing it wrong, but I had to make some adjustments too.
Yeah,
I think
you
with all the
golden
reveals,
core
right, we
hand,
could
you wanna
probably-
play it.
Probably start talking about the state of the meta since we're already kind of on the topic.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
already
we can
talking
start
about
that,
it.
yeah. So,
We're already
so
saying
we
stuff.
pretty much played a lot of the meta. We know how it is. So, what is our actual thoughts on the meta right before the ban list? What is the
Thoughts?
meta right now? Like, how would you feel about how the meta is right now?
I don't think it's unhealthy. Like it's not like there's not a tier 0 deck running around, but all the decks that are good are boring as shit.
Like 6 out of 10? Is that like 6 out of 10? Is that fair?
Yeah. It's like it's fun to play, but you're only allowed to play those decks. Everything else is just going to get stomped by those decks. There's like no room for new or rogue stuff. I mean, like things will sneak in every once in a while because a good player is gonna outplay anybody with any pile of stuff as long as it's got a decent enough strategy to
And
it.
they're all
but-
older decks too. Not even like from the newest 2 sets.
Yeah,
Except
we
for
have
like
not
maybe
moved
21, but everything else, they're all just
21
old stuff.
It's just still Sin and Gogeta. They draw
Trunks
too many
Cheetah.
cards. They have too much. Yeah, Trunks Cheetah's still one of the best yellow
Gamma.
leaders, and now Golden Frieza's come out of the woodwork to become basically it's just a blue deck with yellow cards in it.
Yeah, Gamma.
Just sit around. Gamma's that's the oldest one, right? That's still sticking around.
Well, that
I think it's the
Trunks Cheetah.
same
Well,
time
Trunks
as
Cheetah's the
Chunk Cheetah
oldest.
and Sin.
Trunks
Didn't they
Cheetah's-
come out all the same time? Chunk Cheetah, Sin, Gamma, all those same set?
Trunks Cheetah was 3 sets before, 2 sets before, and Gamma was 1 set before.
Yeah, Sin and Gogeta came out in Zenkai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gamma was the set before, and Trunks Cheetah the set before that.
Ever
Oh
since-
yeah, it was in yes, I remember
Ever since
now.
they came out, they have not topped those red decks yet.
I mean, it's mostly because they keep printing Dookie yellow decks, so there's nothing to replace Trunks Cheetah, and even Golden Frieza's now probably better than Trunks Cheetah. Now that I'm touching it, I'm not sure yet. Trunks Cheetah got a bunch of new tools with the Majin Vegeta stuff. Majin Vegeta's real too.
And it's getting more
But
tools
I
to set
still-
too, so.
I'm still not confident taking that into against a good player. You're just not going to ever get draws off of your battle card. It has no protection.
Yeah, it's kind of easily counterplayed too right now. A lot of stuff can kill it.
Yeah, into the real decks. I mean, that's like a rogue slayer, though. There's no way, like, if you hit all the big decks right now, Majin Vegeta kind of stops most of the tier 2 or like lower tier 1 stuff. Tier 2, let's say tier 2. All the tier 2
It's really
stuff.
good. It's good into blue as well. I mean, it has stuff going for it. This new support, I mean, it gives it more options than just the actual starter deck cards and the double striker for 1. So, maybe now with these new cards, it'll have some more stuff.
That's true. More dual attackers, more crit, more draw.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
overly relying on it. But yeah, same old shit this set. Even some things left, which sucks. So we're actually just we're looking at Sin, Gogeta, blue
Yeah, it's
stuff.
Just a lot of the same. Nothing really.
SSG doesn't check red anymore, so red can continue. Those love taps didn't work from the last ban list.
It's
So-
weird because this is a god rare set, right? So don't usually those sets like have some crazy thing like
This set is
mean,
good so far. Like it's
I just don't
definitely
think
craps on the
comparatively-
last two. On the last two, it's definitely better than the last 2 sets.
Yeah.
They're like
I
hands
just don't
down.
I just don't think one of these decks could come out and just be a contender. right now.
No, which is
Obviously,
what I'm
everything has to get
saying.
murdered.
Definitely, but Blue Baby, I think could be a real deck.
Cool. Yeah.
But other than that, Garlic is like waiting for Sin and Gogeta to get hit. Otherwise, there's no point because it's like a crappy Sin.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of these decks have just been like that recently. It's just worse versions of.
Yeah,
already
we thought going on
decks.
SH was going to do
If you look
something,
at
and then
if you look at Saiyan Trio, like on paper, it looks insane, and then you're just like, Sin and Gogeta just do all of it better. Why does a Gogeta leader still just draws 3 on swing?
Yeah, why?
20K, it's a 20K draw 3.
Why do you go to 14 cards in hand turn 2 with Sin? No one will know.
No one will know. Is it double strikers? Okay, I don't get crit anymore. I'm still dying.
Yeah.
And they continue to make these decks that they know, or they should know, are worse than these ones that are already here. So
Like, the question is though, right? Well, if they touch Sin, okay, which is the aggro deck of the format, what stuff is then just too good? It's like we almost have to. I hate the reset idea. I really do, just because maybe it's because I have all the cards and I don't want to just waste them. But you know, if you can't they just? Is there a way, Angel, where they can just hit the big 4, the power level down a couple tiers? That way some other things can be possible. Like if you hit Red, Sin, and Gamma a little bit, then can this Garlic deck be in the running? Like, or do they have to just die? I don't know.
I think it's, I don't know. Like if you want to make a red aggro deck, you have to hit Sin a few times. Otherwise, you're going to print like 3 different Sin like archetypes. You know what I mean? Because Sin just does everything you want in an aggressive deck. So like if you print new ones, they're just they have to do something different, because otherwise the way red works is just a watered down version of what Sin is doing. So if you just put like guys that come out for 1 that have like keywords, strike keywords on them, that draw you a card, neg something, Sin's already doing that. So you're gonna have to either make it on par with that, and then you're making the same deck again, which is redundant. Like that'll get old fast. So they have to like pair it back or come up with some new stuff. The only new thing I'm kind of seeing is you saw the new Yamcha Champ Pack card for summer.
yeah,
That's what does it do?
Yeah, it's a 2 cost that when it comes out, it plays another 2 cost Earthling.
but your leader has
like
to
a
be a red
Captain
Yamcha.
effect.
It can only be using Yamcha leaders.
Right, but it's pretty nice.
It is. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. The Yamcha stuff is always. Those Yamcha burn cards, they've always been like, 1 or 2 cards, 1 or 2 really good cards away from being meta, I think.
Yeah, it has a good unison too.
Yeah, with the Super Shinron, or what is it, the GT Shinron?
I think it's just called Ultimate Shinron. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's stuff like that, but I think you're right about maybe like it has to be a major ban list, because it's like
I don't know if you guys, nuke almost. I mean, what do you do?
Every color has to get spanked in some way,
except green.
Maybe not black too, right?
Just blue, red, and yellow, but
a lot of generic tools probably have to go.
They do,
unfortunately, which sucks. But otherwise,
we're just gonna have more of the same. These decks are not gonna compete. It's just gonna be more of the same.
Yeah,
it's kind of how it's been the last 3 sets.
Gamma has got to go, 100%. Completely. That we can't do this untapped 3 shit anymore. I don't know, and it dodges every form of like punishing that. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Like maybe
I was thinking 3 anyway.
Angel, honestly, if they hit the Cell 9, I know that's not the major problem card, but if you don't give Gamma that option, I mean, yeah, you can board wipe from the Z deck, I guess, so that's really good, but I don't know. I'm not really a fan of just banning leaders. I wish they could just make them fair, somehow.
How about Gamma picks up 3 cards, puts down 2 in rest mode, and puts down 1 in active mode?
That'd be pretty good. Or doesn't draw at all. If it doesn't draw cards at all,
that would actually be way worse. I think that's pretty brutal.
I mean, just on the backside.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not so you don't want to awaken like right away, get some draws, and I don't know. Just it's got to be something drastic, because it's wrecking right now. It's too good. Too many floodgates. It was probably okay before, still really a strong deck, but you get past the Android 14 and then you're good. Now you got like
what is that 17? If you counterplay it, they can just do it again. The
21.
limit one is on the auto for some reason.
Yeah.
Like,
Now
it's too many.
every other counter
17.
they print is limit 1 on the counter.
Yeah, it's just psycho stuff. I mean, and it just took all of the 21's thunder is just stolen completely, in my opinion. I see 21 at more top tables, but Gamma's red matchup is way better, and I think
way better. Yeah.
Definitely.
its yellow matchup is better, right? I mean, maybe
Easily,
not.
Easily
Maybe
search for all your tools.
because I guess 21 tapping all of yellow's blockers and stuff is probably better.
21's okay against yellow, but it definitely you have a huge
Auto lose to red.
advantage against the red decks. Huge. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's really nice that we have, probably, what would you say, like 6 real decks, 6 to 8 decks you could probably come up with that you really could take and do well. Obviously, you're going to have your 3 that are going to do better, but there are options right now. There's not one deck dominating.
I would say.
Yeah, it just stinks
Yeah.
how long those same decks have been viable for. And
That's
have been
the
the
worst
only
part, right?
contenders.
That's got to be that they've just been around for so long, right? That's
It'd be fine if it
done
was like a
sooner.
1 set or 2 where they've all been strong at the same time. That'd be fine. But it's been like 4 or 5 sets in a row now. Or just these same sets, these same decks that just continue to be strong. So it's probably time to have a big ban list to hit all this stuff. Get it out of the way at the same time.
Yeah, let's get a clean slate going. That's my
hopefully Dimension Magic doesn't get banned. That'll suck.
Never know. They banned Champa, they hit Sensu Bean, so
Yeah,
not
they're
afraid to
talking
hit
about
classic
for a
cards.
long time. We were talking about this stuff for a while. Like, would they ever? And then they did. And we're like, okay, guess we got to deal with it.
I think we all knew it would happen. Like that, Champa was at the point, especially
I
with
wasn't
Zenkai.
shocked. Yeah.
Nobody
I was not
was.
shocked.
Yeah, it made sense.
Major hit the yellow, by the way.
Yeah, no more Mira Champa, yeah.
Yeah, that stupid
Cooler.
turn isn't a thing anymore.
It's so funny. Every one of my DBS decks is like illegal. I have to take Champa out of all of them. I had to do that today.
It's probably for the better, though.
Yeah,
Champa's
Yeah,
cool.
One of your fire alarms really went off right now.
yeah.
All right, well, that's probably all we got to say, right? It's
I
really
think we can cap
about the state of the meta. Hope it gets more
Talk about the other new
diverse.
stuff next time.
Hope they hit a lot of
6
stuff.
out of 10. 6 out of 10. Let's get a nuke incoming and then see where we stand.
Yeah,
I still enjoy
wanna see
playing
some
it,
new
right?
stuff being
It's
played.
actually not as miserable as it was like 2 sets ago, I think.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I still enjoy the game, so it's fine. I don't want to quit because of this meta or anything.
Yeah,
All
plus our locals is pretty chill. So
So that's going to be the end of this podcast. So that was about around the first half of the set. We still got green, black, and the TPs and the other 2 secret rares for them to show off. So we will talk about those when all the rest of that's revealed, and then we'll probably talk about what we actually want to see specifically banned next set also. So hopefully I'll have everybody for that. But yeah, it's going to be the end of this episode of the Toro Club podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye bye.
see you.